Hey guys, welcome back. So in previously we have seen about how to print a table, right, using our loop knowledge. Now we are going to see something called as arrays. Okay, so these are known as data structure. Okay, so here I will just create a arrays.java. Okay, this file I will create, and here I have my class. I will just create a main method here, and now I will say that uh, previously and till now we have seen about some type of variables, maybe int, string, char, boolean, any type of variable, right? So in those variable we can store only one value. If I want to change the value will be changed. If I write a is equals to 1, and then if I say a is equals to 2, so now a is 2, so the previous value is lost and we can only store one value, right? If I want to store more than one value, there is a concept of arrays, right? Array is just like a block, okay, a block of numbers or anything. So we have that, and we can store more than one values actually. And here I will just open my paint 3D to just show you like how your arrays work. Okay, so here I have this my paint 3D open, so now I can just show you that how your arrays work. In a variable what you have is just a box, and in that box you can store only one value. And there's a problem, right? If you can store only one value, like this is a variable called a, and in that variable you store a value of maybe 5, you can't store more than one values. And in some scenario, not some, in most of the cases you will be doing like handling stuff with many type of data, so your arrays solve that easily, right? So what your array says is just a block of chain of some variables you can think of. For an example, you have some kind of blocks here, and here you have a concept of indexing. So what is indexing is just it starts from 0 for the each block, for the recognition of each block, right? So this is 4, and here you can store any value. Maybe for the first value, at the first block I store 1, because it is a array of integers, right? And in the next value I store -2, here I store 0, here I store 14, or here I store 15, right? So here I have an array, and here I have my indexing, right? So if I want to, this is a array, okay, actually this is only the array. And if I want to fetch some values, I can just say arr. Arr is, I am supposing, I'm thinking that this arr is the name of my array, and this will return me the 0th index. At the 0th value 1 is there, so it will return me 1. And for the same I can say that I want to have the value of 1, what is at 1, so it is actually -2. So with the help of the index, whatever the index is, I can fetch those values which are inside this block, which is our, this is called as an array. So it starts from 0 and end up to whatever the length is. So we have some terminologies such as this is our length, so our length is 1 2 3 4 5. So the length of the array is 5, but the indexing will be always the length, the total length -1, just because it starts from 0. So my indexing starts from 0 till 4. I know it is just a bit of confusing, but you will have a hands-on experience on it, then you can just do that easily. So how to declare an array? Okay, so if I want to declare, I will say I want to declare an integer array, int, and then I will say arr. These square brackets are used to denote that this is an array, and here I will say is equals to new. So because I want to create an array, I will say int, and here I want to define the size. Okay, so my size is 5, and so now the array will be of type of size of 5. It can store only values from 0 till 4. And here I can say that my array at 0th position, I will store a value of 5. At first position I will store a value of 10. At the second position I will store a value of negative 25, and the value of 3 at index 3 I will store a value of maybe 20 plus 10, which is 30, and only this much is there, and I want to print out what is my array actually. So here from 0 till 3 I have stored all the values, and if I just run my program, so it has printed the id stuff. We don't need that, so I will say dot toString. So this is a method, okay. ToString dot means this method is there, toString, so which will convert this array into a string, and I can actually print that. Again it's showing me this. So you can have a use of loops here to just print all those values. So your I starts from 0 and till arr dot length. So you can see there is a method called arr dot length, so it will tell us what is the length actually, and it will always do from 0 till length minus 1 and I plus plus. And here I will print out that arr of I. So every time the I value will change, okay. So I first is 0, so it will print out 5 and so on. And if I print it out, we'll see that we got 5. So the value, initial value was 0, so it get that 5 value, then the 10, then minus 25, then 30, and then we got 0. The reason why I got 0 is because initially all the values inside your array will contain 0, and after then you can change the value, okay. So initially it is 0, so that's why at the last index we haven't put anything. If I put arr of 4 is equals to maybe negative 100, so if I run that again, you will see that we got negative 100, not no more 0 now, just because all our spaces are not empty. And this is an array. You can use array for multiple various type of question, okay, to solve them. And your array, here is the size, and here you can put some values. You can create arrays of many things, such as a string. You just have to write here string array, so string, and you will say arr2 is equals to new string, and here you have to put the size, like how many string will it contain, okay. So this is how you can do that. Again, you can, instead of 5, you can just add any names and stuff, and you can just perform some operation over it using that for loop. Maybe I can just multiply each of the numbers by 2, whatever I have inside my array, and this is useful, right? So we'll see what is the use in the next video. So thanks for watching.